Everyone, happy Rogue Friday. Today is the day that we received our very first wave of Rogue One merchandise. So what I'm going to be doing is unboxing somewhat, because I've already done this, is the Rebel U-Wing by Hot Wheels from their Starship series. They've officially rebranded it as the Starship series. And again, this is a Rebel U-Wing. So basically, let's take a look at what we got here. Packaging looks the same. What's different is the flight base. It's actually much better than it was last time. That finger thing that we had, and I'll show one here in just a moment, the flight stand. As you can see, it looks like a pretty decent model here. Not much frills with the box. No interesting tidbits. One thing I will tell you about this model once I show you the opened one already, that it's not shown on here, but basically very simple. Just attach this here, attach your U-Wing, boom, you're done. Available with this wave is the Millennium Falcon with the original round radar dish. The Tana 4 is back again. The Rebels A-Wing is there. I wasn't able to pick one up today, but it is rather large and beefy. Looks really cool. Of course, the standard TIE fighter that we've all seen. Unfortunately, the TIE Striker is only available with the Versus X-Wing fighter set. I did not see any of those at my local Walmart, so that's something I'm going to be looking out for, because I definitely want that TIE Striker. So, anyway, let's get on to this, and I'll discuss a little bit of what you can do with this gaming-wise. So, here you go. This was Poe Dameron's X-Wing from The Force Awakens. Remember this ugly flight stand? Nobody really used it. Nobody put it on their finger, as far as I know. Gamers usually used it as something like an oil derrick or something. I don't know, but anything but. And it's god-awful ugly. See, it's got the Hot Wheels thing there. I guess these are supposed to be laser cannons. I'm not sure. I don't like it. So anyway, here is the new stand. I've already assembled it. This would lead you to believe that this can be rotated up and down. It cannot. It is a static pose. This flight stand is actually quite nice. Round. It's about 4 inches around, as you can see. Not sure what millimeter size that is. I'll let somebody else figure that out. But it's got like a frosted look with the Rebel insignia and a clear part. So if you want to paint this up, it could look really nice. You know, really nice proper type of flight stand for a display piece. So let's go look at one I got earlier today. So there's a U-Wing. The wings, as you can see, they do move. They do rotate. It does not show that on the Hot Wheels box. And like I said, this is going to be repainted for a more proper look. And there's that ugly white, ugly stand on there. So the model itself, when it's in this configuration, it's about 4 inches long. When the wings expanded, it's about 7 inches long. So this is a really massive wingspan. I'm not sure why it's got that. Been staying away from spoilers. But anyway, so yeah, that's what this looks like. As far as scaling wise, the Hot Wheels set isn't exactly to scale. As far as I could tell, the excuse me, the U-Wings can have 4 persons up here in the cockpit area: pilot, co-pilot, gunner, possibly a navigator or communications guy. And only 1 person fits in here. So yeah, scale wise, not the greatest. But hey, $3.97. That's how much these things cost. So it's not a bad comparison. Now, I did mention for gaming. As you know, Fantasy Flight Games is coming out with a U-Wing for the X-Wing, excuse me, for the X-Wing game, X-Wing Miniatures game. As far as I know, it's going to be about the same size as this. Maybe slightly larger, possibly slightly smaller. Their price tag is going to be, I believe it's $29.98 or $39.98. I'd have to double check. I'm sure somebody viewing will double check that. So yeah, for $3.97, a good proxy, and their model also has the wings that open up. Not a bad idea. Okay, just to further enhance that, let me show you an example here. As far as scale, Star Wars X-Wing miniature, X-Wing fighter. Ooh, he died. Anyway, as you can see, scaling is about correct for this. If the U-Wing is going to have 4 people in the cockpit, X-Wing has 1. This is about right. The engines, as far as I could tell from watching the Rogue One trailer this morning, are about the right size. They're supposed to be a little bit bigger than the X-Wing, from my understanding. And everybody likes to compare it to the Y-wing also, so I brought out a Y-wing. And again, scale looks to be about right. Even if this was the two-manned Y-wing, it seems to be just about right as far as the cockpit goes for the size of it. Now, obviously the Hot Wheels one, I'll bring this one back here again, is super clean, super white. Nothing like what we know for X-Wing or in the movies where everything looks used, that it's been in service for a while. So that's what I'm going to go with these. This one will receive the same paint scheme as in the Rogue One film. The other one's going to get a more traditional X-Wing with the red and the light powder blue. It's not white powder blue, but you know, the blue on the cockpit. As far as taking it apart, I don't suggest doing it because it is a Hot Wheel. It is not the Black Series, where the Black Series had screws in the bottom. This has a typical Hot Wheels rivets. Do you need to take it apart to paint it? Absolutely not. As you can see, I already primed it. And I primed it with the wings extended. I didn't miss anything. I was able to do it. And I just primed it right here, as you can tell, on the old style flight stand. Which once it's painted, it actually doesn't look too bad, but I think, you know, it's still a rather stupid design. I much prefer the new flight base. It looks really cool. And it'll make it great for display purposes. If allow me one moment, I'll attach it on there so you can do a nice little comparison view. Just be one moment. Okay, popped on. And it's got kind of like in a taking off position, which is pretty cool compared to, let's do the X-Wing in the background, pose X-Wing. And that one also kind of a tilted look to it. It's okay. Yeah, I much prefer this. Now, as I said, I'll probably be using this as a proxy in X-Wing just because I like how it looks and it's so cheap. Eventually I will get the actual X-Wing version, but I think this is going to be perfect. And it's really light compared to pose X-Wing. It's super light. I'm not sure if it's because the whole design is half metal, half plastic, and the wings are plastic. A lot of this is plastic. A lot of it is not die cast. Some mods might be made, some probably won't. I'm not going to mess with the rivets. I'm not going to fill them in, obviously, because you don't see that when you're playing with it or displaying it. Alright, so hopefully, you know, I'll be able to give you some update videos as far as the paint scheme and what I've done, what I've used. And you guys have a good one. I appreciate it. Take it easy.